It's taken a long time, and a lot of people have been just waiting on when Nintendo is finally going to reveal when pre-orders are going to go live in the United States and Canada. And finally, today we have an announcement from Nintendo when that's going to be. April 24th. And surprisingly enough, the prices haven't changed that much. The console itself will stay the exact same that was announced at $450 for the Switch 2 console itself, or $500 for the Switch with a Mario Kart World bundle. And the pricing of both the digital and physical games, Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza as an example, are remaining unchanged at launch. So $80 for Mario Kart World and $70 for Donkey Kong Bonanza. However, those are the only prices that are not being affected by the tariffs. In the case of all the accessories for the Switch 2, that's where all the prices are going up. However, again, it's not as bad as it might seem at first. Pretty much across the board, everything only increased by $5, which is relatively manageable all things considered. The Switch Pro controller was initially announced at $80 and now it's going to be $85. A pair of Joy-Cons were initially announced at $90 and are now going to be $95. The Switch 2 camera was initially announced at $50 and now it's going to be $55. And so forth in that way with all the accessories. The only exception to all of this is the extra dock, which is now $10 more than it was previously, as before it was $110 and now it's going to be $120. So this is far less egregious than I expected, and hopefully not too bad on anybody's wallets who are still hoping to get all this stuff. Ultimately, it seems Nintendo made the decision to just eat the cost of the tariffs and keep the prices as announced, which makes sense because they want the console and the games in as many people's possession as possible because, well, that's how they sell further product. So keeping those the same while only lightly increasing everything else does make the most sense. That being said, there is always the caveat, which is mentioned here, that pricing for all this can still change due to the changes in the market conditions. So whether or not it increases or Nintendo decides to have some goodwill if things actually improve and have a decrease, which honestly seems unlikely. But at the very least, at launch, we can hopefully lock in the prices for everything here, which is generally not too bad depending on your situation. Now, the only question that remains is what it's actually going to be like to pre-order a Switch 2. Is it going to be impossible to find? Will Nintendo have enough in stock? That's something we'll have to wait and see on the 24th. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and of course be sure to subscribe to GVG for more on the Switch 2 and other things gaming as well. Until next time, bye!